Hello everybody, this is a Lamley Showcase. I am out and about in the beautiful state of Utah. We've got one of those crazy beautiful August days. Unique because we have amazing clouds. The sun is essentially out, the skies are blue. The landscape is gorgeous, and we even have a little bit, just a tiny bit of a sprinkle of rain. But I love this landscape so much, and it was so pretty, I just pulled over and said, let's film a showcase. How about new Boulevard? I've got it in hand from Mattel, so we're gonna show it off today. Model by model, I'll do some turntable shots for these so you get them up close. But there they are, well, there they are. I only got one hand, but let's just utilize this beautiful scenery and get to it model by model. Here we go. Hopefully the wind isn't too distracting. You'll get a little bit of it, but again, the landscape is just so pretty. Let's talk about this one. We will not go in order. I'll finish off with the Mazda. There's two new castings. The Mazda that we'll finish off with, and this one, the Myers Manx. Nice to see this one. We've done this one as part of the sneak peek video I did a couple weeks ago. So you've seen it, but we will put it on the turntable anyway. It does have a removable roof. I'll show that as well. But for now, we'll just keep it in the package here with the landscape. Just a really, really cool model. I have no idea if the Myers Manx, I assume the Myers Manx is a branded vehicle, right? I assume it's licensed. I don't know too much about this kind of car. I wouldn't say that's, dune buggies are my thing per se, but it is a very cool model to have in Boulevard because just of the variety of cars. The premise being that if Hot Wheels was its own planet or its own world or its own land, it would be like designers' cars and friends' cars and cool cars, and there would of course be a really cool Myers Manx running around. One of the designers, Gary Cody, has one of these, I believe. So it's nice to see this one done with the removable roof. I don't know too much about it. It isn't based on the basic that was out, say 20 or 25 years ago. This is a built from scratch casting of the Myers Manx. I think it's pretty fantastic. One of the new castings. Let's move on. Tomaso Panta Grupo 4, third release of this one, right? Red to start, also in Boulevard a couple years ago. Then in Gulf, and now in this really, really cool yellow, just with the Pantera deco, kind of a standard kind of factory look. This is how I think of the Pantera. It might have some racing legacy, but the Gulf was fine. I think this one, along with the red one that was released a couple years ago, this is how I think of this car. And we've had the Tomaso in RLC as well. This makes more sense to me in yellow, so I really like this one. By the way, I didn't show you the back. Here's the back. That's the order of the cars. This one's number 110. There's that. This should be out. I know that this one mix of Boulevard, with the Honda, the Spoon Honda and the Plymouth and the Porsche has only been out for 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a couple weeks. So this one, I assume it's coming soon, but anyway, I like this one a lot. I like this color. I just like the design. I like the Tomaso clean. This is how I think of him when I saw him on the road. And so for me, this is a better representation of, say, like the Gulf. But I mean, they're all nice together. I've got them all. But I really like this yellow version. Might be my favorite of the three so far. All right, let's move on. All right, if you've followed Lamley for a while, you know that I have a real soft spot for this one. The Ford Supervan, the Ford Transit Supervan. And I have to say that, nothing will ever beat the original release. I have talked about it over and over again. There's the sun. From Heritage, right? Just a super, super cool model. Replica, Mark Jones design, replica of one of the coolest, most original cars ever made. GT40 engine in the back of this thing. Has the Ford Racing, the white one, the Ford Racing deco, one of the great YouTube videos. You have to look it up. I always talk about it. But ultimately, this is just a really, really cool car. But it's been kind of in a pop culture purgatory because they just don't know what to do with it. When you talk about the Ford Transit Supervan, it's that Ford racing version. And what else are you going to do? So there was the Golf version that was fine. We've seen it in some other designs in pop culture. And yeah, I'm afraid this one's not going to be too popular either, just knowing how it is. But, giving this one a bit of a shag van or kind of a 70s vibe with this deco, I actually really like. It's a good use of this one. I love the casting, so I'm happy to have it. I'm happy to see it living on in something other than pop culture. Nothing ever beats that Ford Racing, but very happy to see this one. I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of my, Lamley sympathy, I guess, because it's a nice casting. I just have a sense that this one's going to hang. which is too bad because it's a really, really cool casting. But Ford Racing is how this one always has to be done, in my opinion. I guess we had one version, right? We had when the diorama set. That one did pretty well. But yeah, kind of nice in this one, but well, no, it is nice. Give it a good 70s van vibe. I'm in. Give it some love is all I'm asking, because I love this casting. All right, let's move on. I don't know if I've ever pleaded for you to like a car, so I apologize for that, but I just have such a soft spot for that super van. But I think you're going to like this one. Welcome to Premium, the Custom 01 Integra GSR, Acura Integra GSR. It's been in basics for a long time, designed by Ryo Asada. Custom meaning because I think is it the nose is the custom portion of it on this body style. I think that's how it works with this one. And so it now goes to Premium. You see it with a Greddy, Toyo Tires, Rays, and a Chasing J's deco. So we've seen Chasing J's on a few things, including that white Honda Civic with the white rims. So the white rims are probably most welcome here on this design. This is nice to see in Premium. We've seen the Acura Integra getting a lot of love in RLC, right? We've had the four-door version. I think it was that four-door version was also in the JDM, one of the like Silver Series JDM lines. It's gotten a lot of love. Now this casting moves to Premium, which is nice to see, because it's been like the super van in pop culture. This has been in kind of basic purgatory, just kind of getting generic designs since that first edition. So it's nice to see this one finally go Premium, get the metal chassis, get all of that look. I think it's really, really nice. And this one, let's be honest, this will be the first thing to go. Maybe the Mazda will go too real quick, but I think this Acura is going to be what everyone wants in this mix, just knowing how the collectors are. All right, let's talk about this Mazda. I always love the way the light gets thrown around when there's clouds like this. You kind of take in, I don't know if you can really see, just you got some dust devils going, you've got all this kind of different color, yellows and blues and oranges and browns and everything else. The sun kind of shooting through all these clouds, kind of creating a cool effect. I love living here. I just love living here. And especially these deserted roads. I have had to stop filming for I think one car, and I've been here a while just to kind of make sure the light is good. It's pretty sweet. It's not all like this in Utah, but this is a spot that is. All right. And you can hear cars from a million miles away too. So I can walk around the road. And anyway, let's talk about the Mazda. Here's my admission on the Mazda. I know nothing about it. When Jimmy and Ron, and maybe we did talk about it, but I've since forgotten. When Jimmy and Ron were talking about this model, when I first saw it, when we were shooting the sneak peek video in Atlanta a few months ago, I wondered if this was an Audi or a VW or something, but it's a Mazda, right? And I've never seen it before. I'm assuming it's a Japanese, it's a Japanese only car, maybe Euro. Not totally sure. It's fantastic, but I guess if there's a pet peeve I have with car people, it's that, I might get a little bit of grief for not knowing, but that's the fun. You get a car, you don't know anything about it, you look it up, you learn about it, you get some appreciation for it, and then, yeah, you and I both know, you act like you've known about it forever, and then someone who doesn't, you go, oh, come on, it's a great car, it's well known, and anyway. We all do it, but you got to learn about it some way, and I will admit I have known nothing about this car, and I probably would have looked something up tonight, but I saw the scenery looking like it is so much, and I was like, all right, I got to film here. It's just too cool. It's just too pretty. The light is too fantastic. So I'll do some research about it tonight, but by the time this video shows, you'll know something. So leave some comments about it. Tell me what you know about this car. Let me learn. I'm excited about it, and for those who don't, you can just read about it and then act like you do, because that's what I'm going to do. And I hope you know I'm winking, laughing, smiling. There is the sun. This is the car. It is really cool. Hatch of some sort. Obviously a sport hatch. Looks fantastic in white over white. Love white rims, white body. This thing is done, obviously, I assume factory. Maybe there's some modifications, icy and hot on the license plate. It'll be fun to learn about this one. But there it is on the turntable, and that is the mix. You guys tell me what you think. For me, the Mazda is the coolest, even know nothing about it. I just love the design of it. Ford Supervan, it gets all my, just all of my love, because I love that casting. But the best one is this Mazda. But the best thing is this scenery. You guys tell me what you think. Love doing these outdoor videos. Thanks, everybody. Take all of this in. Teach me about the Mazda. Tell me which models are your favorite, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody. Bye.